a balance between. It should not be like too less or too many also you should have. Then we also have something called forward citation tracing and backward citation tracing. This is mainly for the hand search. How do you do this hand searching? It is not like hand searching is something you take in your hand and search. No. Suppose you did all the search, you did the screening, and you have included, say, example, some 60 studies. Okay, now you will go through the references of these 60 studies. I have the example here. See, this particular study, this is, I have taken a screenshot from Scopus. This particular study was published in 2011, and it has been cited by 13 studies at the 13 teams. Okay, you can see the number here, 13 teams. Now, you have to go to these 13 studies. This will give you a link also, all those 13 studies. Okay, just click on that number 13 and it will take you to all those 13 studies, and then you read these 13 studies whether they are related to your subject of interest, your topic. Okay, so that is called as forward searching. Then what is backward searching? Backward searching is each published studies will give a list of references at the end of the study, isn't it? All of us know this. References can be given in APA style, Vancouver style, MLA style, LMA style, and there are many other styles, right? So all these can be seen. You have to go through one by one. Reference number 1, then 2, 3, 4. All the references you must see. This is called as backward citation tracing. So it will help us to get more article, or this is the way of we are doing the citation tracking or the hand search. Okay. Then we also have something called snowball search. What is the snowball search? Snowball search is not that we go to a nice snow falling area and start searching for a ball. Okay, that we cannot use it in the systematic review. In the systematic review, we can use the snowball searching. In some of the databases, they give specify. In PubMed, it is given as a similar article. When you search for something, and the right hand side, you will see similar articles. So if you click on those similar articles, that will take you, and this is called as snowball searching, or something like find similar. In Embase, it is find similar. So that will help you for the snowball searching. We will do all these things when you have to do a extensive search, or when you have included hand searching as the search terms or the search databases in your protocol, then you should do all these things. Now, what to do with the search? How do we manage the references and documenting and reporting the search? I know this would be covered in the later session, but for the completion sake, I'll tell you. Once you have searched in all the databases, you have to use the different uh, references, like we have COVID reference managers, like we have Covidence, Archie, Epi Reviewer, and Raveman. So all these things are helpful in adding the search, and that will also help you in deduplication and helping in your screening process also. And documenting and reporting the search is very, very essential, because it should be reproducible for each of the databases. For example, Medline, how did you search? Did you search Medline via Ovid, or did you search Medline via PubMed? That has to be explained. And what are the database, I mean, the Boolean operators you have used, what are the limits you have used? So all these should be completely explained in your report, thesis, and the publication. Because the person whoever is referring your systematic review should be able to get all these details. That is, documenting the search process is important, and updating the search is also important. Probably you have done the search long ago and you are publishing your paper now, or you are giving your report right now, then that will not help. You must always update your search process before you upload your article for the publication, or before you submit your thesis to the institution or to the library. You should rerun the search. So when to do this updating? Updating of the systematic review is different. Updating of the search for the systematic review is different. Here I'm talking about updating of the search. So it is said that once in 3 months or once 6 months or whatever it is, but these days, since the advancement is very quicker and we get lot of health science journals publishing lot of the articles, so even a 3 month gap is also a huge gap, so you must run the or update the search. So it depends on the time. First search probably you have done in a gap of 6 to 12 months, again you can search them after 3 months or after 12 months, it's up to you again based on the area. See, during the COVID, if you, those who are involved in doing a lot of research, you know, are reading research also would know that how many COVID papers have been published within a short time. You know, there are plenty of researchers on COVID and plenty of journals have published articles. So there you can't say that I'll wait for 12 months. No, there probably you have to even 90 days is a huge gap there, 60 days is a huge gap, because COVID there were lot of studies, lakhs of studies have published, so there you will have to update your search quicker. But some studies, yeah, of course you can go up to 6 to 12 months. Then what to include in your protocol? Don't be over enthusiastic and include anything and everything, because garbage in is definitely garbage out. So I don't want you to have the garbages in your systematic review. Include what is very essential. Of course, I think you are going to take up a project, systematic reviews in groups. Your mentors also will help you to, have the proper searching done. That will be useful. Now coming to the AI tools, this is one thing, piece of picture I got it from the Facebook. This is not created by me. Yeah, so they have given a lot of AI tools here. But among them, I have used Research Rabbit. It's very, very useful. Some of the data, I mean, Elicit also is very good. You can use it. And somebody was recently telling me that there are some more newer AI tools have been introduced in the market. I think recently we have something DeepSeek or something. I heard that is good, but I have never used, because you cannot completely rely on AI tools, and especially for the systematic review. I also heard from many experts, and also my personal opinion is, please do not use AI tool for systematic reviews. Please do not use AI tool for systematic reviews. Recently, I had an opportunity to hear from one of the sister institution of Cochrane, and they also said their institution, they completely banned using AI tool for the systematic reviews. They don't use it. And my sincere suggestion also not to use the AI tools in systematic reviews. For the initial search, of course, you can use to make the protocols, but not for doing the search and conducting the search reviews. Okay. So before I go on to the next, I would like to show you how to search in the database. Mm. Whether my Google page is visible to all of you?
No, ma'am, actually, your slides are visible.
अच्छा ठीक है, मैं फिर से ये शेयर कर लेती हूँ. Give me a minute. अभी
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Google है ना?
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
हाँ, ठीक है. So now I'm going to PubMed, okay? So all of you know PubMed. This is the PubMed what we use. And once you have to do your search, please log into it. If you have not already created your registration, please create it and then use it. Because if you log in, you will be able to save your search also. You can save your search and it can be utilized for the later running and rerunning the search, and for everything it will be useful. So now I am logged in. Now I have to search. Before I search, I wanted to show you how to get the mesh terms. Because first we said you search with a text word and identify the mesh term, right? Now, where to get this mesh term? If you just scroll down the database PubMed, you will get here. See, mesh database, right? I hope my cursor is also visible to you.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Acha, thank you. So you just click on this mesh database. It will take you to the mesh database. Abhi ye page mesh database. So in this mesh database, I want to see whether the the keyword what I'm using for my systematic review question, is it mesh or not? For example, I wanted to study on bed sore, right? So I'm typing it as bed sore and hit the enter key button. So now bed sore is not a mesh term, but pressure ulcer is a mesh term. The moment pressure ulcer comes, we know that pressure ulcer and bed sores are the same, right? Earlier it was called as bed sore, now they're calling it as pressure ulcer. This is the mesh term. Now, if you are not sure what it is, excuse me, pressure ulcer, you may think that pressure ulcer could be something else also. Somebody is having too much of pressure, work pressure. So getting ulcer in the stomach, is that a pressure ulcer? So you have a definition here. The definition is given here, right? An ulceration caused by prolonged pressure on the skin and tissue when one stays in one position for a long period of time. This is the definition of the pressure ulcer. So, Abhi, work up pressure or gastric ulcer, this is not the pressure ulcer. This pressure ulcer is meant for bed sore only. So we know that, yeah, this is our topic of interest. Once you have confirmed it, then you have to, this term is introduced in 1963. They are giving the explanation for that also. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, so there is something called entry term. I hope you are able to see this. There are entry terms, not a single term. So all these terms are covered under pressure ulcer. What are those entry terms? Pressure ulcers, ulcer pressure, bed sore, bed sores, sore bed sore written together, bed sore written as two words, bed sore as a single word, decubitus ulcer, right? Pressure sores, then we have pressure injury. So all these are covered under pressure ulcer. So what does it mean? The moment you use the mesh term pressure ulcer, it will search all the articles published using the terms pressure ulcer, bed sore, decubitus ulcer, etc. So what do we do next? Yeah, we wanted to study this pressure ulcer only. So now you come to the right hand side of your PubMed page, and then there is something called add in search builder. So you can hit this button, add in search builder. So it automatically takes up. You see the quotation mark come on its own. I did not put. Okay, the quotation mark comes on its own, pressure ulcer, and also there is a bracket. You cannot put a round bracket, flower bracket, etc. It is a I mean, the bracket which is used by them, like a rectangular bracket, no? The same bracket, square bracket. So the same bracket, we have to use it here for pressure ulcer. It comes automatically there. Then you have to hit this button, search PubMed. So I'm hitting this search PubMed, and it takes up to a, why it is not good. It goes to a, yeah, see here, it automatically searched, and I have here 14,707 articles. I hope you are able to see. Let me zoom it a little bit. Yeah, abhi theek hai. See, you have 14,717 result for pressure ulcer mesh term. Okay, so now I'm showing only one concept, okay, pressure ulcer. Now we have to use the database. For example, if you think, what are the databases? I mean, the limits are the filters, not the databases. Limits are the filters. This PubMed has included the studies which are published from 1945 to 2025. This 14,000 plus studies, what you have, these studies are published from 1945 to 2025. When we talk about evidence, evidence trends, evidence-based medicine, evidence era, we don't practice what has been done in 1945, right? So you can filter our limits. I wanted to see what has happened in last, say, about 25 years. So I want the studies published from 2020 to 2025. You see, from 14,000 result, it has come down to 9,000 now. Don't you think it is helpful for us? Of course, 9,000 is a big number, but still it is useful. Or maybe I am interested to know what has happened in last 10 years. So let me go for 2015. Yeah, अभी 2016 हो गया. 2015, 14, 15. So 2015 to 25. In last 10 years, we have 4,540 studies. Instead of dragging it and adjusting, you can even go here and then do the custom range. I wanted to study what is happening between 2025. The month, now we are in March, but there are many studies which are published ahead of print. Maybe so I'll include up to June, and then the date, maybe June 30th first. June we have 31, no? Yeah, 31st. This is the, I made a mistake. This should be, this is asking for the starting date. I would say from 2015, 2015, January 1 2. I want to study for 2025, June 31st. Now you give apply. Okay. So it is giving 4,540 results because we already did this earlier. Okay. Otherwise also it gives the similar. Now there are other search or the filters. You can see article type. You want references from the books, clinical trials, meta-analysis, RCTs, reviews, and so all those things you can see. Then we have additional filters. If I click on additional filter, it will ask you, do you need the studies which published only the abstract or free full text, full text? Please remember, I have seen some of the researchers use this free full text. Please don't do it. Here also you can see, and where my cursor is moving. This article is free, freely available, whereas this is not freely available. You cannot say that I will take up only what is freely available, and you say that my systematic review is the best, and I am giving the very good evidences everybody should follow. No, because you have used only the free full text available. There are many things which are published, of course, not for free. You can't say that those are not good evidences. You should try in your systematic review. And also, when you click on this, all the languages are appearing. Usually, we go with English most of the time. So, I'm just showing how to apply the filters. Now, you see, it was 4,700, 500 something. Now, it has come to 4,300. Probably 200 studies are published in other languages. Then, you can select the species. Whom do you want? Humans or animals? Let me select only the human. Okay, now the studies have come down to 4,231. Abhi, I am interested to study it only among the geriatric population, aged above 65 years. So the study has come down to 1,300. Remember, we had 14,000 studies. By using the filter, it has come down to 1,379. Again, I wanted to study among elderly ladies only. Okay, my question interest is among elderly ladies. You see, the study has come down to 1,120. और कुछ filters है? Yeah, you can include other filters if you want. So this is the way we use the filters. Now I will clear all. See, to remove all these filters, or when you do the next search, you should give clear all. Okay, here I hope it is visible. If you don't give this clear all, everything will search under these filters, which is not giving you a proper search. Okay. So there is something called here advanced. When you hit on this advanced or click on this advanced, it will take you to this. See, it gives my entire search history also. मैंने क्या क्या किया starting from pressure ulcer 9599 वो क्या था हाँ this was I had the year filter ना 20 to 25 so I mean 2000 to 2025 all these are visible here. Now I want to use the coconut oil. Okay, let me see whether coconut oil is a mesh term or not. I'm sorry, go to PubMed. We'll go to mesh term, mesh database, and then I'll put coconut oil. Is it a mesh term? Oh, yes, very good. Coconut oil has become a mesh term now. Earlier it was not, but now it is a coconut oil is a mesh term. Excellent. So the entry term they haven't given here. It is only coconut oil and oil coconut. That's the entry term. Here we have something. Can you see this? This is called as mesh tree. Tree है ना हमारा TREE tree. That is what it is. Mesh tree. So what is this? Coconut oil has come under lipids. It's under chemicals, broad heading. Under chemicals, we have lipids. Under lipids, we have fats. Under fats, we have dietary fats. Under dietary fat, we have a coconut oil. That is one. The other category for the mesh tree is under chemicals, it is lipids, it is same here. Under lipids, it has gone to oils here. Earlier, it was under fats. These are edible. And this is oils. Then we have plant oils. Under plant oils, the coconut oil has come. Because coconut oil is edible also. So under dietary, it has come. It is used for local applications and other, not only for the health purposes. No? It is used as a chemical also. So it has come under plant oil also. We wanted it under plant oil probably I would say because we are going for the local application. Of course, the edible coconut oil also can be used for the local application. So you should define all those things in your protocol in which form you wanted. Okay. Now I will add this also to the search builder. Okay. Now coconut oil तो हो गया. अभी हमें क्या चाहिए? Pressure ulcer चाहिए. So I'll write it as pressure ulcer and see whether this is a mesh term. Yes, it is a mesh term. I'm using the Boolean operator here and. So what I do, and is by default, okay? So I'll again add this. If you see coconut oil and pressure ulcer, both are there, then I will be searching these two in the PubMed. So I have here 0 studies. I have 0 studies. What does it mean? There are no studies published saying that coconut oil is good for preventing the pressure ulcer. This is the comment I made in the beginning of my presentation that maybe it is used here and there, but we do not have a proper evidences. Now, what is the take-home message here? Many hospitals, they use coconut oil. There are here and there 1 or 2 studies done, and you also found that this is good, but there is no evidence. It is not published in the PubMed index journals. It may be published in non-PubMed index journal. For such cases, if you include only the hi-fi index journals and say that no articles are available, you are doing mistakes. So now I'll go back to the same now. Instead of searching as a mesh term, I'll use the coconut oil in the title and abstract. If you see here, you can scroll down and I want to go for, or I'll go for all field because coconut oil research is very less we know. So I'll go for all fields and then search Coconut oil. Now what should I use? Coconut oil. I should make it as a phrase. So I'm using the quotation mark and then adding into the search. Now I have coconut oil. There are 2,800 studies. Now let me see. Pressure ulcer, where is it? We have two, right? This was the pressure ulcer studied. So I will combine this on my own. Hashtag to space and boolean operator hashtag ये कितना था 11 then see are there any studies, zero studies. That means the evidences are not available in the PubMed. For your understanding sake, I can use something else also. Maybe we will use hand hygiene. हैंड वॉश इजी कर लेते हैं हैंड वॉश this is all fields I have used and also I will use nurses. How many studies we have? I'll use the boolean operator and combine these two concepts of hand wash and nurses, and let me see how many studies are available. There are 14 studies available. Okay. I'm using National Library Medicine NIH page. PubMed also is available in 3 different ways. Okay. So there are 24 studies available. So you can click on those 24 studies and see what those studies are talking about. Okay. This is the way we are searching. What is the time? Oh, we are almost finishing. I just wanted to show you the research rabbit. Yeah, this is the research rabbit, another important AI tool, but you should not use it for searching the systematic reviews, but initial protocol preparation and your manuscript preparation, you can use it. This also, it is better to log in and then go. Once you log in, it usually saves your login with your email ID and the password. It's a bit slow. Oh, I think my login ID has some issues. But a research rabbit also you can use. You can remember this rabbit picture, and later on, if time permits, I will again go back to that and show. And meantime, I wanted to go back to the presentation. My slides are visible.
Yes, ma'am. It's
Yeah.
visible.
So finally, I would like to end my presentation by stating that searching for systematic review is not easy. At the same time, it is not that difficult also. You can gain the mastery by practicing. Practice it, you will learn. Practice and apply. Practice and apply. Definitely, you will be able to have the mastery over the search strategies, developing search strategies, running the search, and all this. These are some of the references, and thank you. And I'm happy to take if there are few questions before we log out. I would request the organizers to read out the questions if there are any.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Sure. So
Yeah.
if there are any queries, the participants can unmute themselves and they can ask questions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. My intention was to orient you this. If you have confusions, I'm very happy. If you have more confusions, I'm more happy because then only you will explore more and study well. Okay, and if you have understood everything, that is excellent, but that's impossible with one
Madam,
session. Yes,
Can
madam.
myself Nirmala. Just
Yes,
can you
madam.
explain what is snowballing? I didn't understand snowballing.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you?
ठीक है. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I got it. See, snowballing. I'll go for sharing my screen once again. Suppose we are searching in PubMed, for example. मेरा PubMed है. Why this is obstructing me? Yeah, this is PubMed, right? So I wanted to search article something on. Give me some general topic of your interest, Madam Nirmala.
It can be something related to Parkinson's disease, some health education to the
Yeah, fine.
Parkinson's disease.
I'll put it as Parkinson's disease. Okay. So Parkinson's disease I have searched. I haven't used any of the filters, nothing. Okay, just like that. Now, maybe your interest is narrative review on the review it is. I'll go for some RCTs to make it more clear to you. A randomized controlled trials on Parkinson's disease. Yeah. Now we have treadmill training, whether it is useful, that is the article, right? So when I click on this article here, it opens here, right? And at the same time, when I scroll down here, you will get similar articles. See here, similar articles. So here the study was, what is that? Treadmill training and physiotherapy similarly improved dual task gait performance, a randomized control trial in Parkinson's disease. Okay, so we understood they are using treadmill as well as physiotherapy for the gait performance. So the similar articles are here. So this is called as snowball searching. What is the similar article? Optimizing rehabilitation strategies in Parkinson's disease. A comparison of dual cognitive walking treadmill training and single treadmill training. Then we have robot assisted gait training. So all those are similar article, isn't it?
Okay, okay.
More or less, here also they have used physiotherapy versus placebo. So this is called as similar article. We call it as snowball searching.
Okay, understood. Thank
Any
you.
other questions?
There is a question in the chat box, ma'am. The
Yeah,
question
please read.
is there any specific number of studies to be reviewed for meta-analysis?
No, there is no specific number of studies, and it should not be also. For the to do the meta-analysis, you should have at least 2 studies, minimum 2 studies, but you cannot fix a number that if there are in my meta-analysis I'll include 5 studies, in my meta-analysis I'll include 20 studies. No, you cannot fix a number. Whatever the number you get, you should include all of them, but remember that there should be homogeneity in the data and also the way the study is conducted. But to get that forest plot and all those things, at least you should have 2 readings. That means 2 studies should be there minimum.
Madam,
Yeah. Madam Aji has written thoroughly confused. I am so happy. Madam, you will explore more and study now. I am so happy I have achieved my objectives. Yeah, next question.
Madam, one question, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Actually, when we teach search strategy for our new students and all, what about choosing the Google Scholar database? Or
Yeah.
what is your opinion on that, madam? Google Scholar, is it what is say not perfect as PubMed, but then what about teaching students or suggesting them to look as an initial phase and all? I just want to know your opinion, ma'am.
Yeah, I would say Google Scholar, you can use it for the initial search, like preparing your protocol and all those things. That is good. But when it comes to a systematic review, Google Scholar is considered as a gray literature. It is not a database. So if you say that you are including it as a database for search, then Google Scholar is not included. It is not good, but it can be used as a gray literature. Of course, as a gray literature, you can search in the Google Scholar. Even in Google Scholar, we have advanced search and all those things, but still, very recently, I heard from a Cochrane author telling that earlier it was a debating whether it's a database or a gray literature, but now they have concluded that it is a gray literature. It is not a database. You can search, but it's a gray literature. Oh, PubMed is a very good database. Somebody is asking the question. PubMed is a database. You can search in PubMed. We get a lot of good articles in PubMed.
Madam, but I think, ma'am, the studies from India, maybe some good studies from India, is it all accessible in PubMed? That is the doubt, I think so, ma'am.
No, because the I don't say from India or from Africa or America, Australia. The journal which is indexed in PubMed will be available in PubMed. If the journal is not indexed in PubMed, whether the study is done by Indian or done by somebody else, it definitely will not be available in PubMed. I'm not telling you search only the PubMed. No? PubMed is one of the good database, I said. At the same time, you have to use the multiple databases. Don't end up searching only in the PubMed. For example's sake, and for the exercise sake, I have shown you the PubMed because many of the other databases are subscribed ones. You may or may not have the access to them. All of us do not have access to all the databases. And it is not, nobody is restricting you to do only with the databases. You do the gray literature search, you do the hand searching. In your hand searching and gray literature search, definitely you will include all the other articles which are published, even non-PubMed index journals, non-Scopus index journal, non-Web of Science index journals. So all those definitely can be included. It everything depends on how did you make a protocol. What is your plan of searching? Where do you want to search, and what are your search strategies? It depends on your questions and your protocol. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am. One quick question.
Yes.
Thank you. That was wonderful session, ma'am. Very useful. My question is, you mentioned we can use asterisks and hashtag. Could you elicit more on that, ma'am? That was a slight confusion when in our search. When
Yeah,
you use a
sure.
term. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm seeing the screen. I don't know who has asked the questions, but whoever
This
it
is
is,
Bindu Charles, ma'am.
okay, madam. See here, I'll show you. Physiotherapy. This is one example, okay? Since we are in physiotherapy page, I'm putting that. Physiotherapy and I'm searching. So when I search with the physiotherapy, I'm getting 35,128 articles. Okay, I'll come to this. Uh, yeah, this is randomized control trials. I don't want randomized control trials. Physiotherapy. Yeah, see here we have 254,000 studies. Now, I feel that all studies are not included here. What I do is physio, there, and then asterisk. Do you see the spelling here? I haven't written complete physiotherapy.
Yes.
So when I do this, it will take up all those articles which are including. Acha, 1 minute. There is something went wrong here. Number should be more. Just give me a minute.
My question was, ma'am, how many letters do we include? Say, suppose because you stopped the previous search, PHYSI, say, suppose like that.
No, we should
before
have no, we should have up to P here, physiotherapy. This was wrong. What I did
Okay.
here, physiotherapy was wrong.
Okay.
Physiotherapy, physiotherapeutic, maybe
Okay.
physiotherapies. So all those singular, plural, or
Plural,
something
right.
related to that. Child, maybe, yeah, this is another example I have. Here you see, I wanted to search on children. Let me search in title and abstract. Yeah, children, we have these many, no? One, the big number here. So if I put child, then asterisk, it will search more. See, the number has increased. Can you see the increase in the number?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this takes children, child, childhood. So all those will be included in that.
Okay.
So instead of writing children, childhood, child, I have written child and then the asterisk.
Right.
Okay? Yeah.
So we
And
do
this
this
is the
for. I'm
yes.
sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
After you.
This is different for each databases. I'm showing you in PubMed. Other
Okay.
databases, we use other truncation marks. Okay. These are called as truncations, wildcards. Yeah.
So in truncation, we should use on all of the Pico elements. Like suppose you are saying we are focusing
No.
on P and I. Okay.
No,
Only
no,
for.
it is not necessary.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There is a question. So we need to go for different data. If you want to publish or give a very good evidence, you should use as many databases as possible, as many gray literatures as possible. You cannot go ahead with a single database search like PubMed or something, because then your evidence is restricted. I don't say you don't do it. There are a lot of studies published with a single databases,